Bonnie, yeah! That is way too high for me. I have partial plague, so my voice sounds like shit, so I have to use this microphone. So the other day, a friend from college just moved to Chicago, and she had a big party, and I only knew her, and it was like mostly her girlfriend's art school friends, because she goes to the Art Institute school. So, of course, there were a lot of, like, really cool hipster types, but the worst cool hipster types are the Asian cool hipster types. And I came home and I was, like, telling, because my roommate is, she's white, but she's, like, all of her friends are Asian. Like, there's people at my parties, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that person just said. And so my other roommate and I were talking about it, and he was like, yeah, man, like, I just don't understand. And then she came out of the room and was like, Asian hipster, is that a thing? And we were like, of course it's a thing. And she called us racist. She said that we were racist. And I never heard that term before, but I'm going to spread that around like fucking wildfire. That's awesome. Yeah, right? Racist. So my family is fucking insane. My mom is Irish, my dad's Italian, so just picture that for a second. My family, I'm so glad that Facebook came out when it did, because my little sister is, she just turned 14. And my mom is on Facebook as well as she is. And so our conversations go something like this, like my sister will post something fucking teenage and stupid, like, I'm in my room thinking about my boyfriend because he's sick and listening to Justin Bieber, blah, blah, blah. And I like, of course I'm an asshole, so I have to be like, that's fucking stupid. And then she's like, whatever, you're rude. And I'm like, whatever, you're an idiot. My mom posts, whatever, Alana should be working on her goddamn homework. So so those are, and my mom comments on every fucking thing. My little brother the other day, my mom commented, like I had a post up, and my mom just must, like, she works nights, but she must just sit at her computer all day waiting for one of us to post on Facebook, because immediately she comments, and my brother commented, stop commenting at everything, wench. My mom unfriended him, and that caused a whole different... My family's had more than one conversation about Facebook. My dad sits all down. My dad's, of course, not on Facebook, but he sits all down and talks to us about the Facebook and how it's ripping our family apart. Aside from Facebook, there's also, like, several things that my family has banned forever. One of them is Disney Scene It. Which is the Disney version of the Scene It games, where it's like all the movies, and they show clips. You have to remember that Cinderella had one shoe on and not two, or whatever. I've never seen, like, the most violent games of anything, including sports, that I've ever seen were Disney Scene It played on, like, Christmas Eve at my family's house. I've never seen more fistfights break out, with the beginning line being, it was Cinderella, you asshole. So that's my family. I've seen a lot of, like, pictures and stuff on Facebook. My mom has this thing called, like, Razzle Dazzle. I don't know what the fuck that is, but every day it's some new picture that's like, everyone should be in your heart, but not in your mind, or whatever shit it is. And one was like, never hold a grudge against someone, because it's just allowing them to take up rent and space in your brain for free, or some shit. And I was like, fuck that, hold all the grudges you want. I'm giving everyone permission here. I hold grudges against people for doing shit that they've done to me in dreams. Like, I wake up at my boyfriend, I'll be sitting there, I don't even remember what the fuck he did to me, but I'll wake up just, like, pissed as all hell. And he's like, what did I do? Like, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, there's no chance that he ever could have done anything to me. But he pissed me off in my dream, and so he's paying for it. Because that's what you do. Speaking of dreams, and CTA, the other day I had the most fucked up dream, and the most fucked up thing to me was my reaction to it. So the dream was something like this. I was on the train, we were just leaving the Belmont stop going north, and so we were like in the middle, like we just left the station, so there's no like platform next to us, just like the ground. And for some reason it was like higher up than it normally is. And this guy lit a cigarette and was smoking it, and for some reason the conductor wasn't in this little booth, he was like out amongst the people. And he was like, sorry sir, this is a non-smoking train. The guy was like, oh, alright, whatever, and I like put out the cigarette. And I walked up to one of the doors and pried it open and just walked off the train. And like I didn't see him die, but I heard the like thunk in my ears of him dying. And so that's pretty fucked up. Like I had this dream about someone committing suicide, but I woke up and I was like pissed at the guy in the dream for being in my dream. not upset that he died. So that's how I am. I was talking to one of my female coworkers at work the other day, and I'd had a bunch of meetings with like higher up men in the company, and she was like, "Oh, you're just making the rounds, huh?" And like being all, and she was like in her 60s, but it was like, sexual innuendo. And I was like, and I work at the ballet, so I was like, yeah, I'm just using my feminine powers and a bunch of gay dudes to get what I want. So it's gonna work out real well for me. My boyfriend and I were fucking around the other day on the internet, and we came across. He has the Napster thing on his TV, and you can listen to the new releases. And one of the new releases was this CD that was rap music that was all pirate themed, and it wasn't like for little kids. It was like someone made an actual song that was all like, "And we get the booty and the thing." And I was like, "Who the fuck listens to this CD?" And we listened to like one song because you have to. And the other day I was walking down State Street and I saw a homeless dude with a cane walking down the street with a parrot, I shit you not, a parrot on his shoulder that had a little black cape on it, like a little knit black cape. And I was like, that guy listens to that CD and is also king of all the homeless men. So I don't, and the thoughts that go through my head, I was like, where the fuck did that guy get that parrot? And why does it have a cape on? It can't fly with a cape. Just the weirdest shit, man. There's all kinds of shit going on State Street. I'm sure you guys do it all the time, but there's fucking crazy shit. So the other day, my friend and I were talking about guys that I've had sex with. And I was like trying to remember if I'd, my friend that I like just reconnected with, I was like talking to this other friend and I was like, well yeah, and then I was trying to think in the shower if Chris and I had ever had sex. And he was like, you can remember if you had sex with someone? And I was like, dude, in college I just assumed there was a penis around or something at some point. So I don't know what has or hasn't happened. So then my friend proceeded to tell me about this girlfriend of his that he had reconnected with. And she was telling him about her boyfriend. And he was like, yeah, how is your boyfriend? Like, you can invite him to this party or whatever we're having if you want. And she was like, oh, I didn't tell you my boyfriend died, like, 4 months ago. And he was like, shit. And she tells him that this dude apparently weighed 700 pounds and died just from being 700 pounds, like, heart failure or something. And I was like, all right, 200 pounds is a lot, 300 pounds is a lot, depending on who you are, but 700 pounds, that's like Learning Channel fat. That's like someone made a documentary about how they had to use a crane to get you out of your house after you died. Oh, okay, fine. I mean, fuck you guys. My last boyfriend and I were having like a rough patch, and I was talking to my friend about it. And I was like, yeah, you know what, whatever, it's fine. If this doesn't work out, then I'll just move on. And at that point, I tried Match.com and I tried OkCupid. I was like, this round, I'm going SugarDaddy.com. Because if I'm going to have a fucked up relationship, I'm going to get some shit out of it. And I was just picturing in my head, like, what has to be going through your mind. Because you're basically prostituting yourself. Like, that's what those girls are doing. But in your mind, you must just be orgasming over this guy, like paying off your student loans or something, you know? Oh, you paid my student loans, so good, baby, I love it. Speaking of sex and orgasming, I recently started this new birth control, and I was freaking out about it, because I've been on the same birth control for like years. And then I was reading a forum, because that's what you do when you have the internet now. You just read about things and then freak the fuck out. So I was reading all these forums where these girls were like, it gave me nightmares, I couldn't sleep, it made me so depressed that I wanted to kill myself. And I was like, shit, this thing's gonna make me crazy. But I've been on it for a month and I've been fine. And my roommate was telling me about his girlfriend switched birth controls and got fucking nuts. And I was like, okay, so either I'm just an asshole all the time, or my body's just immune to whatever it is that is affecting all these other girls. And I hope it's the latter, because that means that my body's like superhuman compared to all these other bitches. And being an asshole is okay, because that makes me more of a man, which is better in the world, right? Thank you guys, have a good night.
Let's keep it going.